They say when titans clash, the earth shakes. Well, folks, what just happened between Elon Musk and Donald Trump isn't just an earthquake. It's a nuclear detonation that's sending shockwaves through every corridor of power in America. What started as a budget disagreement has exploded into accusations so explosive, so devastating, they could reshape the entire political universe. Now, this is not about money anymore. This is about secrets, lies, and the most dangerous allegation you can make against any political figure. The gloves aren't just off, they have been set on fire and thrown into a powder keg. So keep watching. We have every dirty detail. Now, here is the hard truth, though. Every 6 years, your dollar loses half its buying power. That means $100,000 savings today can feel like $50,000 by 2031. You see it every time you fill up, you buy groceries or pay bills, prices up, dollars down. But here's a simple way to protect your savings with something real, something proven. It's gold, an asset that holds value over time. That's why I trust Noble Gold Investments. They make it simple to protect savings with physical gold or silver. No high-pressure sales, no call centers, just honest guidance and one-on-one support, transparent pricing too. Right now, when you open a qualified account, Noble Gold sends you a free 10-ounce silver American flag bar. So head over to nextnewsgold.com today. That's nextnewsgold.com, or you can call that number on the screen, 877-646-5347. Don't just protect your wealth, preserve its power. And when you call, tell Colin that Gary said hi, would you please? Now, folks, what you're about to see is the most public, most vicious, and possibly the most dangerous feud between two of the most powerful men on the planet. One, a sitting president, the leader of the free world. The other, a tech kingmaker, the man who controls satellites, electric cars, brain chips, and the nation's public square. It all unraveled in real time. A digital war zone playing out in tweets and truths, each post sharper than the last. And the craziest part, this entire blow-up may have started over a budget cut and a bruised ego. So I'm going to walk you through every move, every tweet, every betrayal, moment by moment, so you can decide for yourself, was this an honest feud or is something much bigger? A power grab to reshape the future of America without Trump in it? You're going to find out. So it started today when I got a text message from Zach Voorhees. This is the message he sent me. It was a screenshot of this. I said, no, this has got to be fake. I said, the text, the fonts, it doesn't look right. It looks like someone made this up and posted it. I said, we got to see if this is really on his timeline. Zach started sending me other messages that reinforced the statement, but he didn't send me the actual post. Eventually, I went and found it, and here it is. It wasn't a hoax. Elon Musk said, time to drop the really big bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, Donald John Trump. I said, holy cow. Elon Musk just dropped a nuke right on X, right in the middle of the MAGA universe. Now, people freaked out. The response was swift. Elon Musk even followed up. He says, mark this post for the future. The truth will come out. The comments, again, raw nationalists going, hey, wait a minute, is this true, Grok? And Grok even weighs in that evidence shows Trump's name is in Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs, part of the Epstein files, but there's no indication of wrongdoing. The files were released by Trump's administration on February 27, 2025, contradicting claims they were withheld to protect him. So even Grok is calling out Elon Musk. Alex Jones weighing in, saying, Trump needs to respond ASAP. I noticed he didn't take questions at his public meeting today. Now, that was an hour ago. David J. Harris weighing in as well. You just lost all credibility, Elon. 6 hours before Alex's post of an hour ago, he says, God help us all. Drew Hernandez, friend of mine, he says, hey, Elon, I'm curious if what you're saying about Trump being in the Epstein files is true. How long have you known this? Why did you wait until now? Were you planning on just sitting on this forever? Genuine questions now that you have decided to release blackmail. Lex Friedman weighing in too. He said, that escalated quickly. Triple the security. Please be safe out there, brother. Your work, SpaceX, Tesla, XAI, Neuralink, it's important for the world. Brick Suit, another friend, he says if President Trump were in the files in any significant way, the Democrats would have already released them. That's how you know there's nothing major in there. And then Mary King also. Then why didn't Democrats drop this info years ago? Raheem Kassam, you blithering idiot. We reported that months ago. Also, it's been known for a long time. And by in the files, you mean his phone number was in the Epstein book. That's it. Okay, so it looks like, even Salty Cracker like this feels like WWF. Destiny Resendez, here's the reality, Musk. You are no more complicit in the lies than Trump or anyone else. If people are going to think that you're actually a genius, despite the fact you lied about being able to play a video game for no reason, you dated communist Grimes, you dated blah, blah, blah. So this is just going on and on. Ashton Forbes weighing in. Just here to be in the legendary thread. Also, I never doubted he was in the files. Welcome to the Uniparty. Enjoy your stay. Oh, damn. Now, I was going to weigh in, to join this legendary thread, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to track the timeline instead. So we're bringing you this timeline. Alex Rosen, this is shocking. Terrible. Do you believe Trump was in the Epstein files? Graham Allen, get on the phone with Trump and fix this. We've got a country to save. Dom Lucier, this will be known as the most expensive tweet of all time. Damon Imani, everybody who's anybody has weighed in on this. Biden had the FBI and DOJ. If they had something damning on Trump, they could have used it to win the 2024 election. No, exactly. MJ Truth Ultra. Dear friends, I need you to listen to the current spat between Musk and Trump. Feels planned and coordinated. Oh, doesn't it, though? Wall Street Apes, they weighed in. This post is going to force the full release of the Jeffrey Epstein files, and then we'll finally have accountability. Elon is playing 4D chess. Is that, and of course the memes all over the place. The fight of the century, the death match. Now, how did we get here? How did we get to this point? Now, note the timestamp here, 2:10 p.m. What happened just before this post was made? Well, let's walk it back for a minute, because let's go to Truth Social, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at this post here. This is what Donald Trump posted right here at 1:37 p.m. He said, Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do, and he just went crazy. So that was posted just a few minutes before Elon dropped the Epstein bomb. And then Donald Trump, he posted this. The easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's government subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. So Donald Trump dropping two posts within seconds of each other. Like, these are both time-stamped at the exact same time. So Trump was like, brr, boom, brr, boom, like just nailing Truth Social. And then he popped this one off just an hour after that. He says, I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he should have done so months ago. This is one of the greatest bills ever presented to Congress. It's a record cut in expenses, $1.6 trillion, biggest tax cut ever given. If this bill doesn't pass, there will be 68% tax increase and things far worse than that I didn't create. I didn't create this mess. I'm just here to fix it. This puts our country on a path of greatness. Make America great again. But it goes even further back, okay? Because Donald Trump was entertaining the German Chancellor and at the White House today. What happened in the Oval Office? Well, let's take a look here. Because Elon took it to the next level. He kept doubling down on the Epstein stuff. But let's take a listen to what Donald Trump was saying in the Oval Office. I've got a clip here. I think it's about 3 minutes long, and it sums it up nicely. Listen.
Did he raise any? So we've done a great job. Elon knew that.
Okay, so keep in mind, this video in the Oval Office was maybe about an hour before the Truth Social posts. Okay, and I'm going to take you back a little bit further after this, because it goes back to when Elon was trashing Trump's bill just a few days prior. So this has all been building up over the last couple of days. We've been tracking it very closely. So let's just listen to this Oval Office moment.
Endorsed me very strong.
Now, again, it's highly likely that Elon was either watching this in real time, preparing to drop his bomb, strategizing what he was going to say, or he heard about it through the grapevine. He may have seen the Truth Social post, because Elon dropped the Epstein nuke just moments after, maybe 25 minutes after the Truth Social post dropped. But let's watch.
He actually went up in campaign for me. I think I would have won. Susie would say I would have won Pennsylvania easily anyway, even if the governor ran, the real governor, not the governor from Minnesota, who's, he's a sick puppy, that guy. That poor guy, I feel sorry for him. But they made a bad choice with him. But if you pick Shapiro or anybody else, I spoke to him recently about his house being set on fire, which was terrible. But if they picked him, I would have won Pennsylvania. I won it by a lot. But I'm very disappointed, because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem, and he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate, because that's billions and billions of dollars, and it really is unfair. We want to have cars of all types. Electric, we want to have electric, but we want to have a gasoline, combustion. We want to have different. We want to have hybrids. We want to have all. We want to be able to sell everything. And when that was cut, and Congress wanted to cut it, he became a little bit different, and I can understand that. But
now this is where he starts to go really in on Elon Musk, and he practically predicts what Elon Musk's next move is going to be. Pay very close attention now.
He knew every aspect of this bill. He knew it better than almost anybody, and he never had a problem until right after he left. And if you saw the statements he made about me, which I'm sure you can get very easily, it's very fresh on tape. He said the most beautiful things about me, and he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
Did you hear what he said there? Listen.
Of this bill, he knew it better than almost anybody, and he never had a problem until right after he left. And if you saw the statements he made about me, which I'm sure you can get very easily, it's very fresh on tape. He said the most beautiful things about me, and he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next.
I'm sure that will be next. And shortly thereafter, Trump made the post on Truth Social, and Elon Musk dropped the Epstein bomb right here. The one I just showed you at the beginning. All right. Now, here's where it gets even crazier. So here's the nuke he drops. Elon Musk doubles down. A little while later, he even says yes to the impeachment of Donald Trump. Ian Miles Chong says, President versus Elon, who wins? My money's on Elon. Trump should be impeached, and J.D. Vance should replace him. Kind of shocked to hear that from Ian Miles Chong, but hey, he's entitled to his opinion. But Elon Musk chiming in with a quote tweet saying, yes, that Trump should be impeached. Okay, that's wild. Now, President Trump, as he said, that the easiest way to save money on our budget, billions and billions, is to terminate Elon's government subsidies and contracts. I always surprised that Biden didn't do it. So Trump is literally threatening all the subsidies that Elon's getting. So Elon fires back. I don't care. Fine. In light of the president's statement about cancellation of my government contracts, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately. Think about that. Elon's like, forget about it. You guys, you want to play games? What is NASA? What is the government getting out of those programs that Elon Musk has been putting in? The benefit that Elon has provided with his freaking rocket ships, all right, saving NASA astronauts that Biden left in space. Am I right? So what's really going on here? Is this a big troll? Is this a big psyop just so we can start talking about it? Is Elon Musk really turning on Trump? I don't know. But let's keep going, because he turned the knife. He turned the frickin' knife even more. Elon Musk, 5 hours ago, posting this video, MSNBC, a smear job trying to connect Donald Trump to Elon Musk. This is the infamous video that MSNBC released.
Trump of a Mar-a-Lago party shows Trump giving Epstein his personal attention.
Donald! Donald! Donald!
The footage, shot in November of 1992, before Trump opened the resort as a club, shows the future president surrounded by cheerleaders for the Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins, capturing Trump's fun-loving bachelor lifestyle for an appearance on Faith Daniels' NBC talk show.
We're going to get great ratings in your show.
Trump is surrounded by women as music blares in the background. After a while, Trump goes to greet 3 new guests, among them the financier Jeffrey Epstein.
Come on in. Go inside.
More than a decade before his guilty plea on state prostitution charges. Later in the footage, Trump is seen talking to Epstein and another man as women are dancing in front of them. Trump alternates between dancing and pointing out women to Epstein and the other man and telling Epstein about the cameras. Though exactly what they say is difficult to understand as they discuss the women and their appearances, Trump gestures to one and appears to say to Epstein, "Look at her back there. She's hot."
Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with pointing out beautiful women. But what MSNBC is doing here is guilt by association, because we know that when Donald Trump found out what Epstein was doing, this was a decade. You heard the MSNBC reporter point out a decade before Epstein was convicted. So later on, Trump kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago because he was he knew it turned out to be a scumbag. But of course, MSNBC using that as a smear tactic to try to use guilt by association, which is what Elon Musk just did as well. And he just had this little emoji with this curious face emoji going, what's going on here? So Elon turning the knife, throwing the guilt by association MSNBC piece right in the face of Donald Trump in the middle of their spat. Now, a couple days earlier, we had this headline from Fox News, which basically kicked off this whole thing. White House stands by tax bill after Musk calls it a disgusting abomination. Okay, here is the original post. Elon calls out Trump's big, beautiful bill on the timeline. A disgusting abomination will massively increase the already gigantic budget deficit to $2.5 trillion. Okay, so here's what he said. It will massively increase the already gigantic budget deficit to $2.5 trillion and burden American citizens with crushingly unsustainable debt. I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Now, you got to think about what Elon had just gone through. Okay, let's put it into perspective. Elon Musk goes on the campaign trail, puts out millions and millions of dollars to support President Trump, proposes the Doge initiative, goes into Washington, D.C., and cuts out $160 billion in waste, fraud, and abuse. And for that wonderful thing he did for the American people, he was punished by the radical leftists, especially those special interests that were getting the money from USAID that was getting funneled all over the world. His cars were destroyed. His dealerships were firebombed. His life was threatened. Just average Tesla owners couldn't even drive their cars for fear of being assaulted. So Elon Musk took a massive hit to surrender his lifestyle and go into Washington to clean up the swamp. Now, he didn't hit the $2 trillion number that he wanted in the timeline he was allowed, 130 days as a special government employee, where he didn't take any money. So in that, but he did, okay, listen, he said, I'm going to cut $2 trillion. He didn't say he's going to do it in the first, 130 days. Let's say Doge is still in action. Doge is still working without Elon Musk. It's still there. The Big Balls is still swinging for the fences and cutting out all this stuff from all around the swamp. So maybe they will hit that $2 trillion number. But the point is, when Elon says he's going to go ahead and cut $2 trillion, and then he sees this number that the budget deficit is going to balloon to $2.5 trillion, it's like counterproductive to all the work that Elon just sacrificed all of his companies for. Right? So Elon is freaking pissed. Elon is super pissed. Now, of course, the Doge cuts were not included in this bill. That was one of the big criticisms that a lot of people had. Codified Doge, codified Doge, codified Doge. You heard it all the time. But that didn't happen. Now, Speaker Johnson, he came out, he said, you know what, we're going to work on the Doge codification later on. They're going to isolate it, they're going to put it into a separate package, and they're going to work on that. And, for whatever reason. And then, of course, you have people like Rand Paul, you have people like Thomas Massey, even Marjorie Taylor Greene pushing back against the big, beautiful bill for their own reasons. Because there's always a poison pill stuck into these bills. It always happens. There's always something that someone's going to complain about, and they're going to stand on principle, which is fine. They're going to stand on principle, and they're going to say, I'm not going to vote for this bill. But you got to sometimes go, listen, look at all the good that's in this bill, the benefits for the American people. And, I think Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's pissed off because there's something about AI at the state level. It basically locks out the states from having any say. I'm not too clear exactly what her beef is. It has something to do with AI in the states. Maybe you guys can fill in the blanks in the comments. But so there is some pushback against it. But I think this really comes down to the fact that Elon risked everything, his companies and his life, literally, by going into Doge to cut $2 trillion, and then all of a sudden the budget deficit is going to blast past $2.5 trillion, basically rendering all of his work moot. Now, what's going to happen next? I don't know. I hope these guys are going to make up. We can take a look and see if Elon has put out anything else on his timeline. There were some other things that he posted. Again, here we have this. He just posted this 8 hours ago. He asked, is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% in the middle? 81% said yes. 19% said no. Almost 3.4 million people voted in that poll. Now, I don't think that we need to have a new political party. I think that's just going to take away from one or the other. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to vote no. Can I do that? Yes. Did I vote no? Someone voted yes for me, I guess. Is that what they did? Someone voted yes for me? Okay. Here he is quoting, reposting some stuff about Starlink minis in Zimbabwe. That's cool stuff. More videos here. Promoting about active Elon does ketamine, ex-active users, Trump on Elon's list. Okay, some more stuff with the SpaceX rockets and American flags, but there's another post here. If America goes broke, nothing else matters. He was quote tweeting his own group, America. If the country goes insolvent, if all the money is just spent on paying interest on debt, there's no money left for anything. A country is no different from a person. So here he's presenting a video of himself. Elon Musk laughing at this 2 hours ago with Vance. Slow news day. What are we even going to talk about? And he's sitting with Theo Von. Elon Musk laughing about that situation. He posted this from Senator Rand Paul 11 hours ago, reposting, I'd vote for it if we got real spending cuts, but this bill is the largest debt increase in U.S. history, $5 trillion. It's like giving your 16-year-old a credit card, watching them rack up $2,000 on booze and gambling, then raising their limit to $10,000. Irresponsible. So Rand Paul's totally against this thing. Now, here's something interesting. I thought this was sort of like when I saw him repost this, I thought to myself, what message is he trying to say here? I felt like he was trying to kind of calm the waters a little bit. Elon's stance is principles. Trump's stance is practical. Tech needs Republicans for the present. Republicans need tech for the future. Drop the tax cuts, cut some pork, and get the bill through. So it seems like this was the olive branch after the bomb that he dropped by doing the smear post with the MSNBC video with Jeffrey Epstein. It's like this is his follow-up. Trump's stance is practical, tech needs Republicans. It's like, okay, guys, we got to work together, drop the tax cuts, cut some pork, get the bill through. Yeah, it's like maybe that's what he's trying to do. But at the end of the day, when you go ahead and you drop a bomb in the middle of the frickin', the Trumposphere with Elon Musk and all the work he's been doing, for him to go ahead and say, time to drop the really big bomb, Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. This is the real reason they haven't been made public. I mean, the responses were crazy. Alex Jones, timeline pin drop. Tim Young. Then why did let Biden or a Soros DA release the files? it would have been on par with them going after Trump. Trump better release all the Epstein files sooner. He's going to look really, really bad. Elon is the new CNN, says Jay. Trump was on the plane, well-established knowledge, but never went to the island, flew from Palm Beach to New Jersey with the same plane that Epstein used. Elon thinking he landed a big shot is a joke. This is 10-year-old news and extremely misleading. If he's in the Epstein files, why didn't Biden release them? See, what's going on here, and then you got the meme here with Z and Putin and the leader of North Korea. Hey, you seeing this, bro? Hold up, I got a line, bro. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. This is my takeaway at the end of the day here. I think that Elon just decided to throw a freaking Molotov right in the middle of the magosphere just to create the stir. Because a lot of these commenters are making a good point. If there was any there, it would be there. And it would be everywhere. You follow me? But there's nothing there. So Elon's he's just stirring the pot. That's all it is. There's these two guys going back and forth. The biggest egos on the frickin' planet. The biggest tech billionaire. And you got the most powerful man in the world. The president of the United States. Who were just working together to clean out the swamp. And now, I had a feeling this was going to happen at some point. There was going to be a dirty breakup. I mean, for heaven's sake, just last week, Elon was in the Oval Office. He was in the Oval Office, and Trump gave him the key to the White House, the golden key to the White House. So we're going to have to wait and see how this all plays out, but you now know my take. I mean, everyone's there. Everyone's weighing in. I want to hear you weigh in. Of course, this picture pops up too with Elon and Ghislaine Maxwell. And I was told the story behind this specific picture is that if you look at how Ghislaine is standing, she's kind of standing behind him, and someone snapped the picture. Like she kind of walked up, she got the picture, and that was it. Now, we don't know if there's another picture of them closer together or not, but Elon claims that she just kind of walked up, right? So we'll have to wait and see how this all pans out. So this isn't just another billionaire temper tantrum, folks. It could be a calculated attempt to destroy the America First movement from within. Now, I don't know. I'm just speculating. I mean, do you think about the timing, though? Trump's peace negotiations with Putin, his massive legislative victory, soaring approval ratings. Suddenly, Elon drops bombs, unsubstantiated Epstein accusations. I mean, it reeks of desperation from someone who thought he could control the president like a puppet, right? Or maybe he's just butthurt. I mean, when Trump cut the strings by threatening those subsidies, Elon went ballistic, though. That's true. He went straight for the jugular with one accusation that requires zero proof but maximum damage. So here's what should terrify every American. If tech billionaires can attempt to destroy a sitting president over contract disputes, what does that really say about who runs the country? The fact that Elon is willing to sabotage SpaceX. It could be a bluff. Oh, I'm going to cut your contracts. Oh, fine. I'm going to cut Dragon. I'm going to shut it down. And he's willing to crash the economy to get revenge. Maybe he was never about making America great again to begin with. I mean, he did go in there. I'll give him credit for what he did with Doge. Right? So here's my question. Should threatening national security over personal feuds be considered treason? Do you think this is a giant troll? Do you think they're going to kiss and make up? I want to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. And if you support what we do here at the Next News Network, you can wear your support for real journalism, not propaganda, on your sleeve by hitting our merch shop. Link down below. This is Gary Franchi, and this feud is far from over.